All right, so today's video, we are watching a Gold 3 support on PC on Blizzard World. They say, hey, I had gotten placed Gold 4, and this was the last of my placements, but it was the only game I had gotten blamed for the healing by my tank. I got told I wasn't doing enough. I do believe I had some positioning issues, but I think it was a problem on my DPS/tank side as well. I should have done more, but I don't know where I messed up, and I wanted your criticism and opinions. Give me your full opinion. Don't hold back, please. My fiance, who also watches your videos, was the Mercy Lifeweaver as well, if you have something to help on her gameplay. We're going to watch this. We're going to see how it goes. Now, a little bit of a side note. I have to watch it from YouTube right now, so it's going to be a little bit different than what we're used to with how I can kind of showcase the angles. As of right now, the spectator stuff is bugged, so my game crashes whenever I spectate someone. Some people don't have that bug. I do. So obviously, we're going to see some Ana. Now, granted, I can't, like I said, I can't really do anything with a lot of it. It's way too quiet. This is the only volume we have. This is the maximum it goes. So we got to hope for the best at this point, right? But, I mean, Ana's a good selection here. So far... So I want you to look for an Ana grenade there. Perfect. I mean, you had the right idea. It didn't quite go as planned, but you had the right idea. Okay, Mercy's pushing in. You're doing the right play now. Your tank needs to wait a second. I mean, in that situation, like, I know your tank is probably going to be mad that you let him die, but, like, I just don't... It's kind of like one of those things where, like, both of you need to let each other know that you can't... Like, your tank needs to let you know that they're going to be aggressive, right? And you also need to, like, let them know that, like, you can't heal them. It kind of goes both ways in that sense. So, that's really the only thing I did there, because if you don't heal the Mercy there, the Mercy just dies, right? Maybe when the perks start going in, the Mercy will have a better time. If the Mercy picks another perk, and you don't have to worry about it as much. But as of right now, that's the problem. So, Ana grenades have been aggressive, but as of right now, that's going to be a totally fine scenario. You're not needing it. Right here, for example, I'm going to pause. This is on your Mauga. Why is this on your Mauga? Because you're not there yet. So if the Mauga's going to keep pushing past everybody, and I'm looking at your Lifeweaver on the top left, this isn't going to go well, right? So, while, yes, you can do more, I think your Mauga needs to not do that. Because now if your Mauga falls over, that's on your Mauga. Right? Thankfully, he survives that, and everything's fine. But that's the point I'm trying to make there is, like... You know? There's no Javelin spin. Be careful of, like, wasting your cooldowns prior to the Javelin spin, because now you could just roll them if you wanted. Good job by your team, and then you take the team fight. So, not bad. I think so, Lady Karma, but I don't know exactly. I'm not gonna. I can't fully comment. Taking a bite out of my food in a second. Once again, I mean, that time, like, your Mauga was gonna die regardless, so I don't think they can really blame you on that one. But, like, yeah, your positioning was rough there. I know why your positioning was bad. Don't be afraid to rotate out through the hallway that you just had. I think that would be a better play for you. Okay, you got a visor from your teammates. Unlucky. I want you to learn about sightlines, because right now what you're doing is you're running at them. This is a problem I have sometimes, especially when I go in. I don't know if anybody else gets into autopilot mode sometimes, but sometimes I'll autopilot. Like, I don't mean to. It just happens. And you start to run back to your teammates and kind of gravitate towards them like they're basically grabbing you in with, like, a Zarya. Always think about a good sightline. Like, that's number one. And how far away can you be from the other team? So the best way to explain this is, if they have an Orisa ultimate, and you pretty much know they have an Orisa ultimate, why are you running towards an Orisa, right? You want to play further back. Well, thank you. So far, everything seems like your team just doesn't know how to reset. Good sleep, but you have to run at them. You see, this is, okay, this is the stuff I'm talking about, okay? Because this is the part that, like, I think is going to get you killed more often than not, is this exact play right here. You sleep the Orisa, and your first reaction is to walk to the side, out of position of both your team, and to be in line of sight of their Orisa. So win or lose here, this type of, like, reaction is going to get you killed there. Just sleep the Orisa and stay where you're at. Play your distance. Like, if you do this is where you're going to have to reset. Now, obviously, we see the Javelin on the Orisa. If this Javelin hits, you're going to fall over, right? So just be careful of, like, when you hit a sleep. Sometimes you can get in that mode of, like, holy crap, I just hit a sleep. Let me push over here. But, like, in reality, that's a free kill. because you're not going to be able to kill the Orisa by yourself, right? You need to be wary of that. I just wanted to kind of point that out, all right? So, now once again, you survive that, right? But do you see why you wouldn't want to do that consistently? Okay, so we're not going to do this yet. I know this is probably going to be a good Nano, but let's not do too many surprise Nanos. I'd rather see you lead in that Nano when they charge in, rather than forcing them to charge in. Still a good kill, just the timing of your Nano. All right? Now, also, I want to point out, people are probably going to be like, hey, why is this Ana jumping so much? The reason why I don't say anything about that is because if you ever watch me play, you'll know why. All right. Did the Ana pick the double nade perk? Okay. Great nade there. I think this is a good time to talk about the Ana perk, but let me wait for this team fight to finish so I can do that. Yeah, your Mauga plays very aggressive. I'm not saying you're playing perfect either, but your Mauga's position is just like kind of all in over and over again. Remember, as a tank player, your supports wants to heal you. Just make sure your supports are in line of sight. Good sleep right there. Once again, you're a little bit aggressive again, so you're probably going to die there, but I also understand that like that was kind of like a later in the team fight situation. Okay. So, I just talk about the perks very quickly because I think like there's a bit of a decision you want to make with Ana with the perks. If you're playing against like, let's say like a Doomfist or a Wrecking Ball, I think going the sleep perk is actually the way to go. What that means is that when you sleep those heroes, they're actually slowed for a couple seconds after, so it becomes a lot easier to follow up. I've been calling like the first like minor perk for Ana as like the one for sleeping's like the sweaty perk. You get what I'm saying? It's like the sweaty perk. It's like if you're really looking at like the actual like, okay, I want to do this like super serious, I want to be super competitive with it. The sleep one is great for that, right? Because you can have so much follow up and it's good. But the other perk, which is the double Ana grenade one, is the fun arcadey one that also is really good. So I opt for the double nade pretty much all the time. I'm learning that if I am going up against, let's say, a Wrecking Ball main or like a Doomfist main, and they're not going to switch off those heroes, maybe even like maybe even like a Winston, right? The sleep one makes a little bit of sense because you can pretty much follow up and get the kills. You're going to see players, especially in pro play, if they're playing against a ball and have Ana, they might go the slow one. But I think the one that I would generally default to is probably the double grenade. It's just too damn fun. I mean, that's the best way to put it. Like, it's just so fun. That's the best way to put it, right? I'm eating my yogurt for a second on this run back. Juno time. I like the swap. Remember, you do lose your perks, though. Unless you've already built them. Yep, Juno's really good. Pretty easy kill on Orisa. Nice. With Juno, you're going to want to be a little bit more aggressive with the speed rings. I mean, most people know that by now. Even that speed ring's fine because you're just engaging. Zalis, thank you for the 2 gifts. Thank you. Appreciate it. Rotate out. Be careful there. You turned your camera and didn't look behind you. They could have easily went up the stairs and killed you. So when you disengage out, try to do it more backwards than like just turning your back completely. Everything's fine here. Go for a right click. I forgot all of Juno's perks, but I really like the one that heals quicker on the right click. I don't know what the other one is, but the one where like you heal on the right click is really nice. It's like, what, 35% quicker or something like that? Here you go, buddy. Here's your room service, bud. So, it looks like you opted for that one, if I'm correct. 35%, yeah. So basically, for anybody who doesn't understand the perk on Juno, what you do is when you right-click now, you'll heal, like, it will lock onto your teammates much quicker, which is really nice. So, yeah. In this situation, you're going to want to use your Juno ultimate pretty early on here. Just be wary of the Nano grenade. The reason why you want to do that is because going into the first part of a fight, one of the most important parts is to gain that momentum. So in order to gain the momentum here, you pop a Juno ultimate early with a speed ring and just lead in. If you wait too long, they're eventually going to build up ultimates and you're going to get outward on and it's not going to go well. Aaron, thanks for the prime. I think this is a gold game, if I recall correctly. So I still would like to see you take advantage of this. Now don't ult anymore. Your teammates, see, your teammates Juno ulted for you. AKA, they didn't Juno ultimate because they don't have it, but they ulted first, okay? Okay, what you need to do now is throw a speed ring towards your... Oh, no, never mind. Okay, ready? Set. Speed ring ult now. Ult. Don't give any opportunity for this. Ult. Hit the ult button. Hit the ult. Why? That's your ult. Okay. You wanted me to be a little bit critical on some of the stuff you're doing, but I need you to understand something here. The only way their team gets back into this game here in a retake situation against you is by doing nothing, right? And your Juno ultimate is basically a team fight win. There's no reason not to ult that because it's going to basically create this space on cart, and you're going to be able to get a bunch of kills. It's so much extra damage for your team that, like, you not using it there is why you're going to lose that team fight. And that's what I was concerned about, is that you didn't use it initially at the beginning, and I'm like, okay, maybe there was some communication here where you wanted to do this. Then I watched you not use your ultimate at all. And then I watched you use your ultimate when you didn't want to use your ultimate. So those are the make or break situations that are going to help you climb and get better at the game. So I want you to be really wary of, like, I talk about it all the time. Stop holding on to your ultimates. They're too good to try to be like, try to save them in these situations. Yes, ult economy is a huge part of the game. It's a little bit less relevant in ranked, obviously. In certain ranks, as you climb, it gets a little bit more important. But, like, if you Juno ult this, I think you win this team fight. Straight up. If you Juno ultimate, I think you win it. Here we go. Don't be afraid to right-click there. I gotta pause again. If you're getting a perk to make your right-click heal quicker, why wouldn't you try to burst heal your Ramatra with a quick right-click and do your heals? Do you survive there? Maybe. Or do they survive there? Maybe. But, like, at least give them an opportunity. And I also will say your Mauga is feeding a little bit by just their positioning. Yep. But you have a perk that's going to make that better for you. I see you also want the headshot perk. So the headshot perk, for anybody who doesn't know how it works, you can now headshot enemies. Not your teammates, but enemies. So, good to have. I mean, I think people who play Juno like the idea of that. So, thanks to me, you Kitsune rush on cooldown. And you probably get better results most of the time. Right-click. Good job. I mean, I'm just going to give credit to the Orisa on that one. But what's kind of like... We're going to let this play through, but I kind of want to circle back on this part. Like, think about this. Remember that Juno ultimate earlier that you could have popped and probably would have won the round? I'd say I'd give you about a 75% to 80% chance of winning that round on that Juno ultimate alone. You go from not using your ultimate to literally just losing the whole point. Not even capping it. Do you see that? Where, like, that could be a make or break, and that's why, like, I always, like, try to let people know how important it is to essentially... be proactive and constantly make these plays and not be afraid to use your ultimates in, like, game-winning situations. That's where you're going to win games. When you rely on your teammates to constantly make those plays and you're just sitting there waiting for something to happen, that's how you can get stuck somewhere, is because you're so reliant on your teammates making the plays that are needed to win, when in reality, you have the tools to do that too. So you don't want to sit back and just sit there and do nothing with your ultimate, right? Because in reality, that's what's going to win you team fights. If you wait... And that's what happened. Look what happened. You lost the team fight, and instead of it being 3-0 right now with, I don't know, 57 seconds on the clock, you don't even finish the map. And that's what's going to make or break games for you. So I just want you to get in the mindset of understanding that you need to take advantage of those ultimates when you have them. If you go, well, I'm afraid to use the ultimates at the wrong time, I'll say this much. The best way to learn from that is to use your ults, right? And what I mean by that is, how are you going to know if it's a good or bad ultimate, right? How are you going to know that if you aren't even using your ultimates to learn from your ultimates, right? I have plenty of bad ults, and what do? I learn from those ultimates, and I just try to do them less. You're still going to have bad ults. You're still going to have not the correct decisions. You just have to minimize how much you do that. Anyway, let's see how you do here. Classic holding close strat. Okay. Did whiffing ultimates. Hey, that's how you learn from them, right? There you go. Good start. Good start for the team. Went Sigma. Your team's a little bit more spam heavy now, so if their team doesn't react to like the extra damage now, your team can just hold this. Oh, I jump all the time in Overwatch. Like I said, I can't even say anything. Would I recommend spam and jump all the time? Absolutely not. But I do it all the time because I just need to hit buttons for the fun of it. So, I get it if you do too. Okay. Again, lack of ability usage. They're popping ultimates. Your reaction is to fly away. You have speed ring. Why are you not speed ringing the rest of your teammates, right? You got to think about it from a teammate aspect. Yes, your Torb's out of position. Yes, your Sigma's a bit too aggressive. But give your teammates a chance. Pop the speed ring. Get your teammates out of there. Okay? And like I said, they still might kill the Torb, but you're not giving yourself that opportunity. Now you're already down 2, so the disengage hasn't gone well, and now you lost the whole team fight. Once again, these are the moments where you can change a team fight, and it can be simple plays like that. Not saying you win that, but you certainly didn't give yourself a chance to win that because of it. Unlucky. You don't need to ult this because you already have an ultimate. What I would do right now is I actually would do a speed ring. Would have done it a little bit sooner, but got the right idea. Now, here's the next player. You ready? You have no ultimates except Torb. You need to build ults. What's a good way to do that? To damage boost your teammates in with a Juno ultimate. So let's not do this. Okay, ready? Rissa, use gold. This is your timing. 3, 2, 1. Let's go be aggressive now. Rissa's used their cooldowns. Let's go. Pop that ultimate now. Pop that ultimate. All right, let's pop that ultimate. That can actually save them, too, if they're in the... Okay, so let's talk about this. Why are you letting them get out of the choke? You sit there and you see the Soldier 76 flank, and you're like, yeah, but there's a Soldier flanking. Want to know a way to stop that? Pop your ultimate, go forward with your team, and then take advantage of their team using the cooldowns. Once again, you're missing opportunities, right? We saw Orisa use gold. Orisa javelin spinned at some point. Why are you not going for the Orisa at that point right away? That's a free kill. At the very worst, they're going to pop the rest of their ultimates to like try to react to that. Great. Even if you lose the fight, you're trading an ultimate for 2. You just need to get a little bit better at understanding your timings. And like right now, you're just off on those timings. You're either not doing a play or you're doing it 5, maybe 10 seconds too late. Okay? So like, so far your Juno ultimates have gotten no value, right? Like they just haven't gotten any value because you're not even using them aggressively, and then you're losing team fights because your team's trying to disengage from fights that are already over. So, yeah, anyway. Now remember, you got yourself a right-click perk here. You could use it a little bit more efficiently here to keep your teammate alive. Like, this would be a great opportunity to right-click. It was already... See, yeah, well, you're not going to get the point anyway. You just play to live there. Don't try to run. Yep, okay. Once the point's already lost, you don't need to try to fly back to it to get it. It was clearly lost. Play to live that and disengage properly. Once again, it goes back to what I've been saying, where you're just losing team fights because you're trying to do too much. Like, I don't know how to explain it. You're just basically... You either run it down mid and, like, kind of just go out of position constantly, or you don't use your abilities. You're just kind of playing this in-between game that needs to be fixed. All right? Yes, if you're having crashes with the replay viewer right now, it's not just you. I'm having the same issue. Okay, speed ring now. Speed ring. You need to help your Sigma by speed ringing them. Okay. Yep. Speed ring now to make the shards hard. Okay, you're not even using your abilities. Throw a right click out there to heal your teammates to the right. Speed ring. Make it hard to get the kills. You're not using your abilities. Okay?
Can I really do this?
Yep.
No, I must not think like that.
Good job by your team to win that. Now you speed ring. Yeah, it very much feels like your gameplay right now is a lot of your decision making is random. So if we just clean that up, you're going to see immediate results. Okay. You have speed ring. You're close to your ultimate. Okay. Heck, I'll take it. You right clicked. That's great. Okay, now heal up your Sigma. Ready, set, pop your ult now. Pop your ult now. Don't give them any opportunity to get a free kill. Thankfully, your Torb got a kill. You can still pop your ult. I'll take this. I will take this. There we go. Yes. Now, your team didn't go in with it, but I'll take it. I'm just happy you did. That was right, though. That was the right play. Speed ring. Hi. Oh, no, that's for me, buddy. I respect the efforts, though, Sully. You're a good boy. Did no one use it, though? I'd rather see them proactively use the ultimate and nobody use it than them never use it at all. You know what I mean? Good peel on your team. Nice job. Good right clicks. Good job getting to the point. Remember, your teammates could use some HP at some point. So always pay attention to both. Speed ring works. We'll take it. And morning. Hey, buddy. You good boy? Back into the bucket he goes. Good tree by your teammate. I think you said your life weaver is your fiance, right? That's cool. Here we go. Yeah, that's kind of unlucky. Speed ring. Yep. Right click. Good heals. Don't fly towards them. Yep, you're screwed there anyway. Position, they grinded you down. And there you go. So, you end up losing the game, but we'll talk about it very quickly, okay? So, just to kind of talk about, like, how you just played this one. Mechanically, you've had some good moments, right? Like, you know how to aim at people, you know how to do this stuff. But, like, right now, the number one problem that you're basically running into is that you're just not using your abilities correctly, right? You're not willing to make a play. A lot of what you're doing feels random. So, let's start with the basics here, right? Let's work on a couple things. One, your positioning. Your positioning needs work. How do you position stuff? I want you to think about it from the point of view of the other team. Can they shoot you easily? If so, your positioning's bad. If you see somebody in the middle of the open standing still, you're probably going, wow, what are they doing? You're doing that a lot of the time. And I think sometimes people see the other player having bad position, but you always assume your positioning is going to be good. And in reality, you're doing the same thing. So let's play corners more. Let's not gravitate towards the middle. Let's path better, okay? Number two here, if you have an ultimate, look to use that ultimate proactively. Juno ultimate is not the best disengage ultimate either, right? Because it goes forward. And in order for you to disengage backwards, you'd have to throw it backwards. The problem is that in a gold game, the disengagements aren't going to be that good to begin with. You want to use it proactively. So you should never sit on an ultimate. Let me look at the score of this game. You lost it with 40 seconds on the clock. You still would have had a better time on the clock if you had used your Juno ultimate on the first attack. Do you see the difference there? That's what makes or breaks games. That's what takes you from a 48%, 49%, heck, even a 50% win rate and puts you into that 52% win rate. What does that do? That gives you a climb. You're going to climb steadily, right? So let's work on that first. Let's work on your ability usage and your positioning and then go from there. But I think that's where you're going to improve at, and that's the issues I saw. If you clean that up, you're going to have better results. If you don't, you're going to have random games like this where it feels like you get stuck. So start being a more proactive player. Start using your abilities more and understanding why you're going to use them, and you're going to be in a good spot. You can do this. You got this. You absolutely got this. If you like the video, make sure to hit the like button. Subscribe to all 3 YouTubes if you haven't. Leave a comment. Actually, I think it's subscribe to my YouTubes if you haven't. Leave a comment. All that helps. We also record these live on stream. You can see the Twitch app of the webcam. Also stream on YouTube. If you want to submit your own spectating, my Discord, that's where you do that. With that being said, I hope you all have an amazing day/night.